This video is about why you should stop to please others and what you can do in the meantime to be more confident. Now, my name is Patricia and I help people to expand their awareness. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please make sure to hit that red button below. New videos always Mondays and Thursdays. Welcome back to another session of beautiful soul experience. My name is Patricia and we want to go quite deep today. It's about why you should stop to please others. Actually, first of all, why do we even do that? We want to be loved by others. We want to be together. We want to feel that togetherness. And that's also why we like to please others, so they like us, so we are in the group. And I have to mention now that I went through it myself and I was trying to please others while I was completely not happy with who I was. That I just felt miserable. So my story was more or less that my mom passed away and I didn't really know how to manage my life after that. So I got quite cold. I was a very cold person. I was trying to hide my feelings because I was not able to understand what was happening, and at one moment I just realized I have to change. I have to change if I want to become happy again. And that was for me quite weird because all my people knew who I was or who believed who I was, and people got really, I wouldn't say upset, but I would say that they really didn't understand what I was going through. And I wasn't even able to mention it myself because I was all over the place. And I realized that I was a people pleaser. And a people pleaser, I tried to make everyone else around me happy. Everyone else was more important than myself. Now listen to that. You're saying that everyone around you is more important than your own feelings because you don't want to make them feel miserable. But in the meantime, you put yourself very, very low. I put myself very low. I was not priority at all. I would help everywhere else just so I didn't have to look into my inner world, because I was trying to understand what was going on in their world. But I was never really looking out what is going on in my own world. And when I changed, I realized how people actually also appreciate the way how I changed. And it was so beautiful to see that the people who were not close to me, they just left. They left, and that's the beauty out of it, right? It's the beauty that at one moment when you don't share the same anymore, the same kind of energy or the same kind of beliefs, people will leave. And that's actually quite beautiful because at one moment you had to, or I had to decide whether I want to keep pleasing others or if I want to go my own path and be authentic, be me. You cannot be yourself if you try to make others all the time happy. That's not how it works. That's not how it rules. But it's also the whole thought behind it that you put yourself so low. It's like it's all about self-love and self-acceptance. While I went through that whole path, people were all of a sudden like quite curious how I did that and how I managed to go through that situation and opened my heart again. And I can tell you, step by step, you know, everything goes sometimes in little pieces, sometimes you make a really big jump. And I can just say that if you are ready, if you are ready to make an impact in your own life, then there is no such thing as people pleasing, because that means that you are putting yourself down. If you are trying to be you, if you're trying to be authentic, and if you feel like, well, but if I would concentrate myself more on me or more on yourself, then maybe people will not like me anymore. I promise you that's not the case. People like people who are confident in who they are. And it doesn't really matter whether you are like this or like that, because you will always find people who have the same beliefs, who have the same kind of interests and share the same. So with that said, I believe that we are trying so hard to be someone else while we forget how beautiful it is to be yourself. No one can judge you on being yourself. Okay, that's not in the game. That's not in the game plan. And at one moment I realized that all the work I put into myself, all the personal development I went through, it was just a breakthrough, because I realized, who am I? And who do I want to be? Who do I want to become? And that helped me a lot. It helped me to understand, to go the path I really want. Now, if you do want to change that, if you want to make sure that you can be authentic again and that you can be the real you, what you should start to do is learn to understand that you don't have to please others. You don't have to please others to be in the group, to be their friend. If they don't accept you how you truly are, then that's not your group. Find another group. You will find another group. That's not the point. The point is that if you're trying to please all the time others, you make yourself miserable and unhappy. So every single time you're trying to please someone else while you actually believe that this is really not for you, this is really not who you are, think about it first of the consequences. Take the decision from your heart. Don't just play out and be, be a moron. Be nice to the people, be kind, but also think about how you want to feel yourself, how you want to be with yourself. With that said, if you are trying to understand yourself more, if you feel like you have to do some inner work, some inner balance, because you don't feel that you're authentic enough, that you can actually go forward, that you can step in for yourself. Maybe you even feel that you're a bit lost on your path and you don't really know where to go. You don't know what your goals are in life. You're trying to fit in somehow and it just doesn't really work. Coaching can really support you. Coaching can support you and help you to understand how to manage your path. It can help you to heal, it can help you to grow, and it can help you to understand what kind of future is actually possible for you. But if you're trying to hold on to your beliefs, who are, by the way, ruled by emotions from the past, then it's a bit tricky to get what you really desire. If you do want a coaching, so please make sure to check the details below. And until next time.